Welcome back to the channel. This is your boy Daniel. We're here to discuss about the Premier League upcoming season. I'm here to give my prediction, what will happen during the season. And first we're gonna talk about the champions, defending champion Manchester City. I still think Manchester City is the favorite to win the league again, and they lose a couple players, Gundogan, Mahrez, Wills. I think that's it. They got Kovacic, and they got a center back, Vardiol, if I say that correctly. Pep, even when he lose players, he's still able to get the best out of the players that he brought in or the players that is there. I know they lost the game against Arsenal in the Community Shield, but they dominate that game. I thought they should have won that game. They should have finished that game, but Arsenal stay in the game, and they conceded in the last minute and they lost on penalty shootout. But I still think City will be the favorites to win the league again. And even though Haaland was very quiet, but I think they miss Gundogan a little bit, because Gundogan is very creative and he can score goals, get on chances and stuff like that. But I want to talk about Haaland. Do you think Haaland would break his own record? I forgot how much goal he scored. I lost count. That guy scored so many goals. But do you think Haaland will break his own record? I'm not so sure, because as I said, they lost Gundogan, they lost Mahrez. Those are very good creative players, and I think they might lose Cancelo. And Cancelo, I'm not sure what's going on with Cancelo, if he's gonna go to Barca or not. And then Kevin De Bruyne, I think Kevin De Bruyne, Foden, I think he will score probably at least 30 goals this season. I don't think he's gonna go crazy where he was at last season. Let's moving on from Manchester City. Let's talk about Arsenal, because they came second. They was the more contended to Manchester City. They challenged Manchester City. They just fall short in the end. Can they challenge Manchester City again for next season? Yes, they improved the team. They got Declan Rice, they got Kyle Havertz, and they got Timber. And I think they're about to sign a goalkeeper from Brentford. And Arsenal, I think they're gonna be very up for it this season. I'm not so sure about Kyle Havertz. I'm a Chelsea fan. You can see he give me so much headache the couple of years. Thanks for the Champions League goals, but Havertz, man, this guy is so frustrated. But I expect Arsenal to be up there. I expect them to push City a little bit better this season. Got that experience from last season and etc. And let's move it on from Havertz. Do I think he's gonna be a flop or a good signing? In between. I think with Havertz, he will turn up for the big games one day, and then when some other games, he just looks so disinterested. Havertz, he can play. He's a good player. You can, if Arteta can get the best out of him and play him in a position that he can strive, I think it will be a good signing. But if he be like the Havertz at Chelsea that you've been doing all these years, he's gonna be the same player that's flops. But let's move on from Arsenal. Let's talk about Manchester United. They came third. Do I think they did enough in the market to challenge for the title this season? I think they did I think they make some good signings. Mason Mount, Onana, who else? Oh, they signed that young striker from Atlanta. Is it Haaland? I can't pronounce this guy's name. I think his name almost sounds same like Haaland, but I think it's Holland, if I may say that correctly. But good potentially. I've never watched him before, but I see some videos of him. Very fast, very strong and quick. Mason Mount, I'm not so sure about Mason Mount neither. I may be biased as a Chelsea fan, but I'm not so sure about Mason Mount, but I think he'll do a decent job, pretty much. But do they do enough? Yes, they still got a good squad. They got Rashford. I think Rashford gonna be very good again this season. Casemiro, I think that was their best player last season. Bruno Fernandes, the new captain. I think he gonna try to be a little bit more responsibility. And their backline, I would say their defense. They have not really strengthened in their defense as yet. They still got Maguire. I don't think Maguire is up for it. He make a lot of mistake, and I think they need to get rid of him and get in somebody to replace in case Varane or Martinez get injured. I think Lindelof can come in and do a good job every there and there, but they do need another center back. That's where I think they need to do a little bit more strengthening. And let's move on from. Oh, who do you think will be Manchester United best player this season? I think it would be. Rashford. Yeah, I think it would be Rashford. I think Rashford could go another level again after scoring all those goals last season. I think he could go another level again. Rashford. Yeah. Let's move on from Manchester United. Let's move on to Newcastle. Are they gonna get top 4 this season? No, I don't think so. They're gonna get top 4 this season. I think they already have Champions League football. I don't think they did enough in the market to strengthen their depth. They're gonna play Champions League football. They're gonna have to get used to that weekend, midweek playing, and that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a lot onto them. The market is still open. They can still get some more depth in, but I don't think they're gonna have enough to make the top 4 again this season. I think they might struggle. I think they might came in the top 7, top 8. They still got a good squad, but to play Champions League and Premier League, which they haven't done in years. They have not done that in years. To be doing that week in, week out, it's gonna be a lot on that team. Let's move on to Liverpool. Are Liverpool gonna be back this season? I think they're gonna be better than how they were last season, but they still need to get that midfielder in. They need a DM. They're linking with Lavia. I think maybe by that game against Chelsea, they might get him in. Still, they negotiate with Southampton to get that player in. I think that's all they need right now, a DM. I'm not so sure about their bench. I'm trying to think about their bench. How's the bench look like? I know they got some good attackers. Salah, Diaz, Jota, and Nunes and Gakpo. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. I think they have a problem in the defense too. I don't think Van Dijk is the Van Dijk as 2-3 years ago. I think. And then with Arnold, you have a problem on that right back. You keep on getting outplayed. You keep on getting out of position and stuff like that. I don't know why they don't try him in the midfield, so he could get somebody at right back. But I think they're gonna be better than last season, but they still need to. I don't think they got a strong bench, but they can get that Lavia guy in and then go from there. Let's move on to Brighton. What do I expect from Brighton this season? I think Brighton this next season, I think I put them in the same problem with Newcastle. I think they're not going to have enough depth to cope with Europa League because they are there in Europa League this season. I don't think they have enough depth in their team. And yeah, I think they play very good football. I expect that from them this season. They lose a couple players. They lose McAllister, and they might lose Salcedo to Chelsea. Hopefully we can get that deal over the line. And they got some good from players in. I don't know. I think they might fall short this season because of the Europa League and the Premier League. From Thursday to Sunday, that could take a lot on your team if you don't have enough quality in your team. Let's move on from Brighton. Aston Villa. Can Umar Emery get them in the top 4 this season? Yes, I think they have looked very good in preseason. I have not watched any game, but I saw them, the clips. What's their striker name? What's his name? Ollie Watkins. He have looked very good, look very improved. They signed a winger from Bayern Leverkusen, and their midfield look very good. They got Talisman from Leicester City, and Umar Emery is a very good coach, and he is improving them. I want to see what they're gonna get from Leon Bailey this season, because he have not really played a lot last season. He played, they take him off. Like, I want to see what, I'm a Jamaican, and I want to see what Leon Bailey gonna be doing next season. If they can stay fit. I think they're in Europe this season as well. I'm not sure if they're in Conference League. I think they're in Europe this season, but they have been doing really good in the transfer market. So I think they have enough to, maybe they could even win the Conference League, because Unai Emery is very good in European competition. Like, he's the king of Europa League. Let's move on to Tottenham. What they expect from Tottenham this season? I'm gonna just say this: if they lose Harry Kane, it's gonna be a very difficult season for Tottenham. Put it that way, because I don't see Richarlison putting up the numbers as much as Harry Kane does it. No, he's a hit and miss. Can Son do all it? No. And Maddison, they got I really like. I wish Chelsea would have signed Maddison when we lost Mason Mount. I really like Maddison. Very good creative player. He play right behind the striker. Free kick, set piece, long shot. Very good creative player. If they could keep Kane, I think they maybe could get the Europa League. I don't see them getting top 4. I still think they have a problem in the defense, in the middle as well. I don't know if Bentancur is back. I haven't watching that much of Tottenham in preseason, and yeah, I think it's gonna be a very bad season for Tottenham. And it depends on if they lose Kane or if they keep Kane. If they keep Kane, they might have a decent season, but if they lose him, I think they're gonna have a very bad season. Let's move on to Chelsea. That's my team. Did we improve from last season? Yes, I've watched our preseason game. We have looked very impressive. Pochettino come in very fast, and it's been a very improvement from what we was getting from last season. Graham Potter, oh God, this guy giving me headaches all season last season. And then Lampard came in, didn't really do anything, just the same. The players just down tools, was ready to go on holidays and stuff like that. It was a very, very hard season last season. That's why Chelsea did have to get rid of these players and start right over, getting some younger players that's very hungry, want to prove themselves, want to do best for the club, want to be there, because most of the players from last season really didn't want to be there. And Nkunku, that's a very hard hit on Chelsea. Got injured, so he's gonna be out for almost 5 months. It's crazy, man, because him and Nicholas Jackson, that new striker that we got from Villarreal, they was linking up. They was forming a very good chemistry, and to lose Nkunku, it's gonna be a very hit. I don't know what they're gonna do, because Nkunku was playing the number 10 role, and maybe Matson, that guy that was at Burnley, he was playing a left back, and he came into Chelsea and he's playing on our left wing, center number 10, and he was really impressive. He was the one that really impressed me this season. But I think we improved from last season, but we need to get that Caicedo deal over the line, so he can play in the middle with Enzo, so we can look very solid, because I don't like see Gallagher in that middle. Even though he did a good job in the preseason, but we need to get that Caicedo deal over the season. I think Chelsea is good with the defense, with Caldwell and Thiago Silva, Reece James right back, left back Ben Chilwell. Once they can get that Caicedo deal, I think we have a very good chance for next season. Can Chelsea get top 4 next season? Yes, if we can get that, as I said, if we can get that Caicedo deal, I think we're gonna have a very good team, very good chance to get top 4 next season. Well, that's it that's it for my prediction for next season, guys. Let me talk about who's gonna get the top goal scorer next season. I think Haaland still gonna get top 4. This guy's a machine, and when City click into gear, they're just gonna be blowing teams all over. Haaland, I can see Haaland score a lot of hat-trick again next season. So I think Haaland will get top goal scorer. Who's gonna be the best player of the season? If Nkunku didn't got injured, I would have said he would have been the best player. Maybe biased because I'm a Chelsea fan, but who I think might be the best player? I'm gonna give it to Haaland. Say Haaland, yeah, because he's gonna do what he did last season. So I'm gonna give it to Haaland. Top 4 teams. So Manchester City, they're gonna win the league. I think Arsenal might be second again. Manchester United, I would say Chelsea. Yeah, my top 4 teams. 3 teams to get relegated. Luton, I have not seen Luton. I've never seen them play before, but I think it's gonna be very hard for them because I have not really heard they invest by any players, etc. I think they might go down. Who else? I'm gonna put one of those big small teams in there. I'm gonna say West Ham. I don't think West Ham did enough since they lost Declan Rice. They only got 1 player so far. That's Alvarez from Ajax. I don't really think they did enough. I think David Moyes might get sacked this season. I think West Ham. Who else? Crystal Palace. Yeah, I think Crystal Palace gonna have a very difficult season. They lost Saah. Who else? They might lost Olise from Olise, the right winger. I haven't seen Crystal Palace did anything at all. So that's my 3 team to get relegated this season: Luton, West Ham, Crystal Palace. And that's it for my prediction for the next season, guys, for the Premier League season. So share the video, show some love in the comment section, guys, and peace out.